Man, my casual boss is awesome.
Hold on. You work? You've been in the warp for what, 2 years now? How exactly does your currency work? Given the Imperium, a man uses thrones, and your currency is called what now?
Dollars. American dollars. I remember actually looking up the origin of that word, and it's an interesting look into history.
I don't think that has anything to do with today's video. What's the contents of your human boss?
Oh, he let me borrow a book, and kinda told me how the game functions. Rift's Ultimate Edition. It was made by Palladium.
The stuff that the Mechanicus uses to make their machines spew less toxic materials?
Oh, right, it's an actual element on the periodic table. No, it's...
A shoe company?
No! Palladium Books. It's an RPG company that primarily focuses on machines and mecha-style games. Weirdly enough, what he gave me is a copy of his book, Rift's Ultimate Edition, is only the second edition of the game, and it was printed in, let's see here, 2005. But according to the website for the company, they're still printing books for this version of the game. Now, calling this Ultimate Edition a second edition, quote unquote, isn't exactly accurate. It's more of a combination of previous books that retcon, contradict, or even clarify or change some rules. Of course, this book is daunting. This version of the book is 42 pages of lore, and not even all the lore. A small portion of the lore in the 10-year-old game at the time of printing. And even with that little bit of time of printing, it's still printing things. There's apparently another book coming, quote, soon, unquote. Of course, what does that phrase actually mean? Never as soon as you think. Now, I've gone on long enough about the book and the company, right?
I mean, I almost never want you to stall in these videos, but that's because I like learning about these things. But I'd also really like to get out of the ghoul stars, which really freak me out.
Look, I'll be 137% honest. There's not a lot to talk about with this game, but it's also a bit difficult given my standard version of reviewing these games is based mostly on character creation. And unfortunately, character creation is pretty simple.
So you're just trying to hit the 10-minute mark then?
Yeah, honestly, I know YouTube prefers to promote my longer videos, but if I don't ramble about inconsequential stuff for this video, it won't even hit the 5-minute mark. So I'm going to make this mostly rambly bullshit that doesn't actually add to the review. In fact, let's actually talk about the game on the second page of my script. So, how does character creation work? Well, flip to page 278 of this book. Why is character creation near the end? How? Why? Okay, step 1, attributes. There's 8 of them. Intelligence quotient, mental endurance, mental affinity, physical strength, physical prowess, physical endurance, physical beauty, and last but not least, speed. There's a chart for each and bonuses, and I still have no idea how to get these stats. I'm writing this script before going into work on Friday, and this is going to hit the score. This game was made originally, like it was made in the 90s, while this version of the game was released in 2005, so there's some years that people got to learn. Just this step is 7 full pages of sub-steps. Step 2 is damage ratings caused by the previous sub-steps and such. Hit points, mega damage, MDC, and SDC. Apparently, physical endurance is your base HP, with another 1d6 per level past level 2. At least that's explained. But it goes into SDC while needing to know SDC to find SDC. I'm definitely missing something here, and I don't have time to figure out what it is I'm missing. Step 3, understanding mega damage and MDC. MDC, apparently mega damage capacity, which works like SDC and is apparently involved directly with technology and is just tanks and such. There's a lot of lore explanation, but almost no mechanical explanation here. So, step 3 apparently is armor, and SDC I assume is similar. Step 4 is determine psionics. Roll a percentile. You'll have a 25% chance to gain any psychic power, and I don't really know if that's actually aligned with an attribute in any way, shape, or form, because this game is just not well put together. At least the formatting isn't. Step 5 is finally where you pick class, race, skills, and this step is the shortest of the steps in the book. 2 paragraphs. And later on in this book, it will explain skills for 27 pages. I don't know how. Classes are way in the beginning at page like 40 something, and it has like 6 different subcategories of classes, each with multiple classes themselves, except for one of them, which only has 1 class because it's a dragon. Step 6 is to pick alignments, and I don't think this actually affects your character, but the number of pages about it implies it does. But there is no neutrality. My friend would hate this game just for this reason. 7, almost done, is experience level, abilities and such. I'm genuinely going to cry trying to decipher this book. My boss is gonna hate me if he ever finds this video. I can't tell him that this exists. Step 8, final step. Round out your character. It's your pretty bog standard sort of stuff. Write up a backstory and shit, and I want to point out that a lot of this is RNG based, or gives random options. I'm okay with random options, as it allows an indecisive player to quickly pick and choose and try new things, so let's forget and forgive that. However, what I can't forgive is how difficult it is to get through this book. I'm on page 298 and I am finally done with character creation. The information I need for all this shit is way ahead of this page, and I have absolutely zero idea where it is in this book. So let's review. It's pretty simple, 50%. This is the only game I've seen where you need to have previous experience with the game in order to get into it. A book should be written to be accessible to new players with the assumption that you have zero experience with it. This book doesn't explain anything. I don't know how to make a character, but I do know how to play. I don't know how to play because of the book. I know how to play because my boss fucking told me how to play. And I can't argue that I just don't understand the percentile system, because I learned Call of Cthulhu by reading the core rule books, and I went out of my way to find that book and learn it. My friends enjoy the COC games, as we've played several games of it. But this game, I don't know where to start. This book is the Ultimate Edition, and it reads not like a rule book, but a lore book. This game is coming up on 20 years old and is still being updated. So there's definitely character builders online, but I shouldn't need that. And it pisses me off when I can't learn a game with the goddamn book. Man, I'm pissed off now. I'm going to work. Shove off.